Well, good morning. It is Thursday, and this is the 8th of August. Exports have just come out. Welcome. I'm Pat McClatchy. This is our weekly market update where we look at exports and see the reaction of the market. We're going to first go to cotton. Net sales of, this is 2019-2020, and that began August 1st. So this is the new current crop that we're looking at. The sales total 179,500 running bales. China took 60,100 running bales. India took 28,700 running bales. Japan took 18,100. Vietnam took 14,300. Pakistan took 12,300. You did have, exports, actual shipments as of ending July 31st was 272,700. So I'd say this number and the good number for China reflects, of course, old news. It does not reflect the latest trade negotiations where Trump added a 10% tariff on $300 billion worth of Chinese goods, and in retaliation, China said, we're not buying from you anymore. Now, that's going to show up in the future if that holds. But this was the beginning of what was China starting to buy again. I don't know what the future holds on that. Not optimistic. Cotton market was up 22 before the report. Now it's up 11 to 12. Take a look. Soybeans, 101,700 running bales for 2018-19, so we're winding down there. And you've got China taking 126,200 metric tons. Then we've got, let's see what the new crop is. You've got 318,300. It looks like we have an actual cancellation for the current crop of 307,500, and they just rolled that forward to the new crop. So new crop, 318,300 metric tons. Unknown destinations took 290,500. I assume that is China, but I don't know that for sure. Soybeans before the report were up 4.25. Right now they're still up 4.25. Going to corn, net sales for the current crop that's winding down, it's going to be small, 42,600 metric tons. Saudi Arabia took 59,300. Mexico took 42,900. El Salvador took 30,400 metric tons. Then you're going to have some cancellations in here. 134,800 unknown destination cancellations. Now looking at new crop, the new crop 2019-2020 for corn was 197,000 metric tons. And let's take a look at what the market's done. Corn up 2.25 before the report. Right now up 2.25. So no change really in soybeans or corn yet. Looking at wheat. Wheat sales of 487,700 metric tons, and that's above the 4-week average. Philippines took 76,600 metric tons. Mexico took 71,400 metric tons. Japan took 68,500 metric tons. Italy took 65,300 metric tons. Taiwan took 61,500 metric tons. So you're seeing pretty good numbers across the board there. Wheat before the report was up 3.25, and right now the wheat market is up 2.25. We've actually dropped some in the wheat. And take a look at what's happened recently. Markets were looking much better this time of the year, this time of the week last week. The administration had come out and seemed to be happy that China, in coming back to the negotiation tables, I think in Shanghai with China, had agreed to go ahead and start stepping up purchases of agricultural crops that they import from us, which are primarily soybeans and cotton. Markets seem to be happy with that. The next day or the next night, Trump made the comment that they're going to hit them with tariffs. So with that, China retaliated by saying they're through buying agricultural crops. So now we're back to where we were after having maybe a day and a half of optimism. So this thing just continues. Very hard to grasp where this market is, but at the moment it is negative for soybeans and it's negative for cotton, even though these markets are trying to rally. Because we've gotten down here to a low level. There's some optimism over over the crop report coming out Monday. That report, we think, others think, will start reflecting true acres, and we think that the USDA's numbers until then in recent months have not been true acres. I think that could be adjusted, and with that it could be supportive for corn. Could also be supportive for cotton. What else? As I mentioned, crop report next Monday, very important. And I would say this, even after a good bounce, if we have one in cotton and we have one perhaps in soybeans, those markets are probably, after a good bounce, are going to be a sell. With China backing away from buying from us, it's going to be difficult to rally the market as we start heading toward harvest in grain and then eventually over the months harvest in cotton. So for those people that have an interest, it would be a time on a good bounce, perhaps cotton at 61 to 62 cents. Right now it's at 59. Being able to do some things, because there are analysts that are forecasting that we could see 50 cents tested in December cotton. So if we can get to 60, 61, 62 cents, there's still some pretty good downside here that a farmer can take advantage of as far as selling goes. Soybeans, how low could they go? They could test the May 13 low of 8.15. Right now, November soybeans are trading at 8.71. Corn could actually move up as they show reduced acres on this crop report. It could have an upside of 440 to 450. And then the downside would be, I would think, somewhere toward $4. September wheat could see a move up toward 510 to 520. Right now it's trading at 491. And then ultimately, on the downside, it could test 460. So that's it. Coming to you from Memphis for the Ag Market Network weekly market report. That's what we've got. Thanks for being with us. We will talk to you next week.